we should embrace pain. It's good for us, because if we don't have pain, we don't live very long. But trying to get people to understand that when they're living with chronic pain, it's like, what, you're telling me that this is a good thing? But it's like trying to get them to see that it's trying to protect you, and then working out, okay, what is it trying to protect you from? So if you've got this additional fear and anxiety associated with what you've injured and how it's affecting your life, then the body then goes, okay, well, she's in fear, she's anxiety, whatever. We've got to increase pain because that protects her even more. And that's when you enter this sort of downhill spiral of chronic pain.
In the Czech philosophy, we talk about the pain teacher, and when you have pain, it's trying to teach you something. So pain has been described as being a way that your subconscious mind makes your conscious mind aware of something. So if you step on something sharp, or you put your hand on something really hot, obviously you've done that subconsciously, you haven't knowingly done that. So the pain signals tells your conscious mind, oh, your hand's on something hot, or your foot's on a sharp object. So then your conscious mind says, oh, take my hand away, or lift my foot off, right? So pain is there to warn you. And I know when we spoke previously, I mentioned the book called The Gift of Pain. And, the stories in that book are just so enlightening in terms of, when they talk about the leprosy colonies and how, when someone's got leprosy, they lose feeling. So a lot of people with leprosy, they start losing fingers and things like that because, they might stand next to a fire and they can't feel that their fingers are literally burning away. Or they might be chopping vegetables and not realize they've just chopped a finger off,
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
And when you think of it that way, you think actually pain is an enormous gift.
It is a gift. Right? Yeah.
If you think you were numb all the time, right, and you were just going around bumping into things, you would never know you were doing it. You would be seriously injuring yourself constantly.
And that's why people who don't have pain, there's studies done, I think, on a boy in India who didn't have pain, and he didn't live beyond sort of early 20s, I don't think, because as you say, you just bump into stuff and you don't realize you're doing yourself damage. And I like the Czech philosophy of sort of connecting that subconscious with the conscious mind, because I think I tell clients the pain is trying to tell you something. What we've got to work out is the what, the why. And in the cranial sacral world, we talk about the inner physician, and we, when we place our hands on people, we're not doing the treatment as such. We're just connecting to that inner physician and facilitating that person to come, to work it out themselves, whatever that might be. So I guess that's similar to the Czech practitioner.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, slightly different, but Paul Chek talks about 4 inner doctors, which is happiness, quiet, diet, and movement.
Okay.
And they're all doctors that you have inside yourself, and you have to consult with them on a daily basis to keep yourself healthy. So Hippocrates originally came up with a 3-doctor model, which was happiness, quiet, and diet. And Paul Chek said, well, in today's society, we need movement in there, because back then movement took care of itself, because if you were going to survive, you had to move.
Yeah.
So, listening to your body's own requirements in terms of happiness, diet, quiet, which is rest and recovery, and movement, you can actually get a great understanding of what your body really needs if you learn how to listen.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think in this day and age, and in this society, certainly the Western society, our attention is so much outwardly. We're constantly thinking about the stuff we need to do, the boss, the meeting, the driving, all of that. And we very, very rarely tune into ourselves. And again, this is what I'm telling the clients. The more you tune into yourself, like you said, with the meditation and the listening, the more we can pick up these signals earlier. And it's a bit like when, if you're a good car owner and you maybe clean your car weekly, and you check out the oil and check out the engine fluid and the screen washer, and you're checking over it on a weekly basis because you're a really good car owner, you very rarely probably get the warning lights that come on. But if you're not a good car owner and you just use it and get it A to B, you're not cleaning it, you're not checking up on it, and warning lights start to come on, and you're thinking, oh God, can I ignore it? Can I ignore it? And then boom, something like the engine's blown.
Yeah.
It's a bit like that. I think we've got to get used to checking in with ourselves and listening to what our body's trying to tell us.